Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to azizdrives. I'm very excited to talk about today's cars because it's one of the most desired JDM sports cars ever produced. And we're talking about the Mk4 Supra, the 9-second car, the original, the Paul Walker car, and the probably most viral car ever. Let me start at the beginning of the Supra because you have to know about the history lesson also. So it all started in 1978 with the Toyota Supra, which is a pretty boring and slow car. Produced about 140 horsepower out of a 6-cylinder engine. Then the Mk2 came out in 1981, also a pretty boring car, not that desired. 170 horsepower maximum output, and it was pretty slow. But then in 1986, they bring out the predecessor of this car, the Toyota Supra Mk4. And it had a twin turbocharged engine. It started at the beginning with a not that interesting engine, 235 horsepower only, but in 1990 they get it. 1JZ GTE engine, 2.5 liter inline six, producing 280 horsepower and starting to smash everyone. And then 1993, 2JZ GTE engine. And while we're at it, let me show you what I'm talking about. And that's why the Mk4 is the most desired JDM ever. Let me pop the hood and show you what the engine is all about. On this majestic beast. So, what we have here is called the 2JZ GTE engine, which means we have a 3-liter twin turbocharged 6-cylinder inline 6-cylinder engine producing 330 horsepower and 441 newton meters of torque originally. Accelerates the car from 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds with the manual gearbox that tops out at 250 kph. But that thing here, that tiny thing, is able to produce 500, 600, 700, or in the most extreme cases over 1,000 horsepower. You know what that means? 9-second car. It's insane. Have a listen. So you heard how that car sounds, majestic thing. Let's have a look at the design. So what I like a lot is the car is held very simple. There's no fancy stuff, no fancy bumps, no fancy intakes, etc. This is the Japanese version, which means we don't have an air intake here in the middle. It was enough to cool the engine because the Japanese only drove 180 kph. The Europeans, of course, over 180. Sure, German Autobahn. At the front, very nice. Beautiful headlights, very simple, very clean. Then you come to the side, and this is what I love most about it. This beautiful silhouette, very short front and a short but wide back. It looks so beautiful. A spoiler on the top, pressing it down. And then, of course, those two wonderful taillights with the round circles in it. It looks very, very nice. And one thing other cars don't have, this big exhaust pipe, and everybody knows exactly when they see this exhaust pipe, no messing with this car. It's a Supra. Fantastic. Let's have a look at the interior. The car looks very, very interesting from the inside. The materials that have been used in this car are mainly plastic and a little bit of leather. You could buy this car back then for around $45,000 or Swiss francs. Now in today's money that would be 75k. What I like though is this incredible cockpit that is only driver oriented. I have all the things I need right here. I have the temperature gauge, the fuel gauge on the right side, then the RPM gauge in the middle, the speedometer there, a very nice, interesting Momo steering wheel. This is aftermarket, of course. I can tilt the steering wheel a little up and down. We have a very nice and beautiful pedal shift position, which feels very good while driving, and this incredibly beautiful shifter. First gear, second gear go in very nicely. It is kind of a long way. There's no short shifter in it. This car has been not modified heavily, but it's fantastic. We have some gauges here. You see the odometer there. All of the necessary things for you. You can change the climate control here, also for the passenger seat. It's very simple held, and it's actually a very comfortable car to drive around daily. So I really, really like it. If you want to smoke a cigar in your Supra, there it is. And that's about it. I mean, it's so simple held. I really do love it. This is a charming character that is no more present in today's cars, really. Nothing fancy, just a car for you to enjoy. That's what I like most about it. That's about it for the Toyota Supra Mk4. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to find out how the car drove, make sure to check out our full driving experience on this fantastic thing. And there's nothing left to say. Check out SS Performance. They are renting the cars out. You can actually drive this one if you are in Switzerland. And see you on the next one. Goodbye.